differences of Ireland versus USA that we've come up with so far.
This one will be on hostels and hotels.
Yes. You're such an anchor woman with it. So yeah, so I would say the hotels, the majority of the rooms are smaller than you'd expect, with little to no amenities. There's no fridge, not a lot of furniture. These chairs we're sitting on I literally pulled from out in a little waiting area upstairs. And then there's no AC at all.
No, you have to ask for a fan most of the time. The windows don't open all of the way. Maybe 2 inches to 5 inches is what we've noticed. It's kind of cracked open. And yes, the bed takes up the room, and then you have your bathroom. There's really nothing more than that. Yeah,
and they're clean. It's not like it's a bad deal. It's just smaller than the rooms that you would get in, the USA. Like you kind of have more of a walking space, and you have maybe a little like sitting area or something.
There's no refrigerator, like mini fridge. There's not hardly any shelving or storage.
Not a lot of hooks either. No, things on. We've noticed.
It's just very what you need.
Yeah, it's what you need to get by. So it's not bad. It's definitely good. But there's not always complimentary breakfast.
Yes, every restaurant has been different, but most of them you have to pay for.
Yes.
Except hostels. Well, that depends too, I guess. So.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some that included it, which the best was actually a hostel.
Yes.
That included it. So the first place we stayed at was Jacob's Inn, which is a hostel, and we had a room to ourselves just for the first couple nights in Dublin. And it was nice. The breakfast was like €12 each, and it was just like a buffet.
They had a bar though, and they had live music, and it was a young crowd again. But you had breakfast.
Yeah.
Options.
It was good. It was really good. And then the next place, we went to Galway, and we escaped our first wolfing host, which was crazy. And I'll link the video somewhere, possibly. But yeah, you should watch that. It was definitely an escape. And so we went to like a 3 or 4 star hotel called Queen Victoria in Galway, and it was nice. The room was tiny, super humid and hot.
It had a window in the corner that was probably a foot by a foot, and it did not open, and it looked out into a stairwell. Yeah,
so that was tough, and it even had a full drape for the tiny window.
The drape went almost to the floor.
Yeah, it was really funny. So we had to leave our door open and have like a fan, and we like jerry-rigged to get like fresh air.
Before we go to sleep at night, we'd have to keep the door open just for fresh air.
Yeah, and I mean it was like 3-4 star hotel, so it was very strange that they didn't. It was
no AC.
Yeah. But then the next place we went to was the Kinsley Hostel, which we stayed in a 6-bunk room, and that was like hot and humid, room.
There were
of course.
6 bunks, so there could be 6 people, and each bunk had its own curtain, so you could have your own privacy. But again, the window didn't open very much. We did have a fan, but it was not.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Fresh.
And it smelled because, the first night there was a guy who definitely didn't take showers. And
the showers are free there.
Yeah, the showers were free, but
really nice.
He was very greasy, and it's very BO.
And there was a lot of snoring.
Yeah, a lot of snoring, which of course is a typical hostel, so it's just a place to sleep, whatever.
It is.
But they had the best breakfast.
They had a free breakfast. It was a large breakfast.
Huge buffet.
And after breakfast, you could use the kitchen. They had all the equipment you needed.
Yeah.
Should you need to cook.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then they also had, a lot of places don't have laundry, and they don't have laundry mats here, really.
They're called something else. But basically, you would drop your clothes off, and then they return them clean the next day. But this hostel you could fill a huge bag up. So we didn't even fill ours to the top between the two of us.
Yeah.
And it was only $10 to have it washed and folded.
Yeah, €10. Awesome. It was folded, like you said, and it was super nice because then we could just pack our clothes, and it was very fresh and nice.
Very fresh.
And then we're in Cork, and we're staying at the Res, which is a hotel, and we got the penthouse.
Yes.
We're at the top.
Not sure how that happened, but we got we have a great view.
Yeah.
The windows again don't open very much. So, but
this room's been cooler though, really nice, very clean.
TV's been really nice. The bed's really nice.
The bed's really nice.
It is very clean.
Yeah.
They have free laundry for us on level 1. It says a couple other floors, but I haven't been able to find the other rooms.
Yeah.
But you have a free washer, free dryer, and then they have tea you can drink while you're waiting for your clothes to wash. So that was really neat.
Yeah. And all you need is detergent. That's the only thing.
And
it's all free. You just put your clothes in and wash it like you're at home, which is really nice. And then the staff has been great. There's no breakfast other than like breakfast snack
snacky
stuff that you gotta pay like $7.50 for.
So you can get 4 items for $7.50, and so we just kind of split that.
Yeah, but this top floor, we're on the 7th floor, and there's only one other room, and no one's really been in it. So we just had the whole floor to ourselves, and it's been really nice. And I mean, other than that, that's kind of the main differences with hotels that we've seen. And then with food and hospitality, there's kind of like a slight more world of difference, I would say.
Yes, we've been uncomfortable a few times. More just awkward, I guess, than uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But when you go to a restaurant, we don't know still, I think, if you're supposed to go in or not, or wait for somebody.
Yeah.
It changes depending on the restaurant. Many restaurants will let you seat yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then many expect you to wait for a waiter.
Yeah, the majority I'd say seat yourself. You just go and seat yourself, and really the waiter just comes up and is like, oh, 2? All right, go sit, there, or if you want to sit over outside or whatever, they just kind of point you in a direction.
Right. They'll ask if you want to sit inside or outside, and outside is always the patio where you can smoke. And I mean, it's literally like right outside the front door you can smoke, but it's outside, or you can sit inside.
Yeah.
It's really your choice.
And it's really nice. There's so much food here. That's the one thing, too. We've never really planned ahead with food. We just go, and there's menus outside, so you can just look at what you want to eat.
Yes.
And, prices and stuff, and just kind of compare and find something you like and just go in and eat. And most of the time, you just sit down and they come to you, and you kind of get served by multiple servers.
Yes, because tipping is not a thing here. It's not like you are given one server. Like, you will have a main server for your table, but other than that, I mean, multiple servers will come help you and ask how everything is and get you what you need.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're addicted to the tip that the table is going to turn over for them,
Right.
So that's really neat, and we've never gotten ID for alcohol here.
Never, and I get ID'd all the time in the States. No matter where we go, if there's alcohol coming to our table, I get ID'd.
Yeah.
And here, they haven't even asked, like, they don't care.
No, they do not care. It doesn't seem like, especially if you look a little older. And really, I'd say restaurants open a little later on the majority. They kind of just open, at like noon or something like that.
Yes, and it's been like we looked for a breakfast restaurant once, and it was kind of a tough find. Most people, it seems like, just kind of do coffee in the mornings before restaurants open, and then pubs open after everything closes, and pubs are basically the main restaurant after.
Yeah. I'd say pubs. You just go and pubs will have food. Anytime we were hungry and we couldn't find anything, you just go to a pub.
They're
and they'll have
everywhere.
Traditional Irish food in a sense, or just pub food. And it's never bad. It's always good. I wouldn't say the food is amazing, or I've had something that blew me out of the water. Traditional Irish breakfast is amazing. I would say for breakfast it does fill you up. And then the only other thing is the fish and chips. I do really like the fresh. It's very fresh here, so I would say that's probably the number one thing that I've been very impressed with is the fish and chips here.
But otherwise, you don't really come to Ireland for the food.
Yeah.
It hasn't been
incredible.
Yes, mind blowing. It fills you up and it's good, but it's not like we are coming here for world renowned.
Yeah,
dishes.
and it's funny because Italian and Spanish servers, because there's a lot of people from around the world that work here.
All over the place.
And we ask them, and they're always like, "Yeah, I miss the food and the weather."
But they're here to better themselves and to better their English, and a lot of them barely speak English, and they just moved here and are doing their best, and it's really neat to see.
It's really cool to see all the different diversity of cultures here and people, and obviously the economy's going well. People are moving from their countries in the EU, other places, and coming here to work. For years too. Last night the guy has been here for 3 years.
Oh.
And there's a girl at one of the hostels who is the the office person,
the check-in lady,
and she was there she has a 2-year visa, and she's been here for a year. She's been working. And so,
there was someone from Chile, there was someone from Spain, there's been people from Portugal, there's people from Italy. I mean, it's all over the place. That's really fun.
It's very neat. And then you definitely have to ask for water.
Yes.
So that's one thing when you go, you definitely say I'll start with some glasses of water, because they're not just gonna bring it out to you. Like in America, they just bring you glasses with water, to start it off.
Pubs act funny if you ask for water sometimes.
Yeah, I asked for water at a pub for Katie, and he was like, "Are you sure you want water?" And I ordered a beer. I was like, "Yeah, a beer and a pint of water." And then he just kept asking, "You really want water?" And I was just like, he acted like it was super weird to ask for water at a pub.
And then another guy, one of the bartenders, almost didn't want to serve us water, even though he still ordered beer again at that place. And
it was strange.
They don't really tend to drink water here.
Yeah, it seems like definitely beer heavy, obviously, which is not bad, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. So, the food comes out so fast. The food comes out like ridiculous, like 10 to 15 minutes max. The food comes out like boom. Like you order, you find something you like, boom. And if you know when you go in, like you're gonna get food so fast, and then
but then they don't bring you the bill quickly at all. It's kind of a relaxing sit down, stay as long as you like feel. We've had to almost ask for the bill at multiple different places. Because they'll just let you hang out, which is nice.
It is very nice. But it's definitely an event. You kind of just go out and eat, hang out, and.
But at multiple restaurants, we'll sit there and go, do we go up to the counter to pay, or do we wait for it to go here? And then we'll just give it 5 more minutes. You know?
Yeah, we watch what other people do. That's always the best thing to do. Just watch what other people do and see, like, oh, they got the bill to their table, and like, we'll just ask for the bill, or like people walk up to, you know, the cash register. And the other thing is the tap. I know I struggle with it in the USA sometimes where the tap's like 50-50.
Oh, here, tapping your card to pay.
The tapping your card literally is for everything. Like you tap to pay, tap to pay, tap to pay. Never had a problem with it. There's only been like 2 or 3 places that we just stuck the card in because they're like, oh, my tap doesn't work right now, or it's over €50 or whatever, and you have to put the card in. But other than that, it's super fast. You don't have to worry about tipping. All in all, I'd say the restaurant, the prices have been like somewhat comparable, but we've been saving about $10 to $20 each meal because we don't have to tip. It's been very nice.
A lot of them have been cheaper overall, and then also because we don't tip, it saves you money. Anyways, not a lot of POS systems, I would say, or at least cash registers. Which is really nice, and they're handy, and they have mobile little handheld
ones that they just walked up to you. They'll just walk up to you with the POS system and you just tap it. They're like, oh, tap it, and it's just on the front. You just tap it and you literally pay. They're like, okay, here's your ticket, done. It's so simple, like it's very easy. So that's been really nice. And I've seen a lot of people too use their like Google Wallet or Apple Wallet or something with their phone. That works very readily here too. So like, don't worry about that.
Yeah, cash. There are still a few places that are cash only. I think the bus most of the time is cash only.
Yes.
But restaurants take everything.
Yeah, cards definitely are the way to go.
Or they'll tell you on the menu, or server will say cash only or something.
Yeah, there's like a couple. There's like one pub we went to, I think that was cash only, and then the buses are really what we've been like. You just walk on the bus and say where you're gonna go, and you can just. They're like, oh, whatever, €10, and you just pay them, and they give you a couple bus tickets, and then you get on the, you're on the bus. It's super easy. They just take cash, and the bus system here in Cork is pretty easy, I'd say, for the most part. You just go to this right bus station and like look at the routes that they have and figure it out. Yeah, get on, get off. It's really easy. So, other than that, I'd say that's the major differences we've seen in Ireland. We've loved it so far. People are really great.
People are very nice here. It's been really fun except for the rain. But it rains all the time.
It rains all the time. It's liquid sunshine, as they say.
Yes, but it's been a really good experience.
Yeah, so keep up with our travels.
Like and subscribe, comment, let us know if you have any questions about anything or anything you want to hear more about.
Yeah, definitely in the comment section, give us some questions and we can do a video on like any questions you have, So yeah, keep up with our travels. We're going to Dunmanway today, and we'll be going to Edinburgh in Scotland in like basically a week. Yeah.
We're going to our next host. It was through Workaway, not woofing, but it's a similar. We're just helping with their garden and things around the house, and apparently it's the country, so we get to see the country.
Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So catch you later.